In a world filled with distractions, uncertainty, and broken systems, how can one person make a difference? How can a man rise and build when everything around him is crumbling? Today, we're looking at a man who did just that, Nehemiah. A servant, a planner, a warrior, and a man of prayer. His story isn't just history, it's a manual for leadership, perseverance, and faith under fire. Nehemiah was not a king, not a prophet, not a priest. He was a cupbearer to the king of Persia, a trusted position, but still a servant. Yet when he heard that Jerusalem's walls were broken down, his heart broke. Nehemiah 1:4 says, "When I heard these things, I sat down and wept. For some days I mourned and fasted and prayed before the God of heaven." Right here we learn our first lesson. Real leadership starts with compassion and prayer. He didn't run to social media. He didn't start shouting. He turned inward and upward. He grieved, fasted, and sought God. Nehemiah teaches us that you don't need a title to be a leader, you just need a burden and the courage to act on it. When men today are faced with injustice, broken homes, job loss, or communities in decay, the question is, will you stand in the gap? Will you, like Nehemiah, say, "Let us rise up and build"? Nehemiah 2:18. He didn't just pray, he planned. He secured the king's permission, gathered supplies, and inspired others. He faced mockery, threats, and sabotage. But Nehemiah kept building, sword in one hand, brick in the other. That's the second lesson. Faith is not passive. It's action with a foundation in prayer. Men today are being called to rebuild the walls in their own lives, whether it's in marriage, fatherhood, faith, or community. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being present, focused, and willing to work. Nehemiah's enemies tried everything to stop him. They lied, they threatened violence, they questioned his motives. Sound familiar? In Nehemiah 6:3, he replies with boldness, "I am doing a great work and I cannot come down." That's lesson 3. Don't come down. When you're doing something God called you to do, raising your children, repairing relationships, starting a ministry, turning your life around, you will be tested. But like Nehemiah, you must stay focused. Distractions will come, criticism will sting, but don't stop building. Don't come down. Nehemiah's story isn't just for men. It's for anyone who's ever felt called to more. Maybe you're the only one in your family fighting for spiritual truth. Maybe your community seems too far gone. Maybe your dreams have been on hold for years. The Bible reminds us in Galatians 6:9, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if you do not give up." Like Nehemiah, your prayers, your work, and your courage matter. One person can spark revival. One burdened heart can rebuild walls others thought were finished. So today, ask yourself, what are the broken walls around me? What am I doing to rebuild what matters? And am I willing to say, like Nehemiah, "The God of heaven will give us success. We, his servants, will arise and build." Nehemiah 2:20. Let's stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Let's stop backing down. Let's rise up and build, starting with our faith, our families, and our purpose. You were made for this.